Developmental psychology examines and observes how people continually develop, physically, cognitively, and socially, from infancy through old age. Development itself is defined as the growth of organisms from conception to death. A big influence on developmental psychology would be Jean Piaget and all of his work. Piaget spent his life looking at how a child's mind develops. He worked on cognitive development, which is the development of thinking / the brain. He proposed a theory that children progress through 4 stages of cognitive development: sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. Each of these stages have distinctive characteristics that allow specific kinds of thinking. The first stage, sensory motor, starts from birth to around the age of 2. In this stage, infants only understand the world through their senses and actions. A concept within this stage is object permanence. Object permanence is the awareness and the ability to know that certain things and objects exist even when they are not visibly perceived. Younger children, before the age of 6 months, lack object permanence. However, by the age of 8 months, infants will acquire object permanence. In this stage, infants also have stranger anxiety, which is simply being afraid of strangers. The next stage is the pre-operational stage. This stage lasts from about 2 years to around 6 or 7. In this stage, children represent things with words and images. They learn how to use language, but don't comprehend logic. A developmental phenomena that can be seen in this stage is egocentrism. That means a child has difficulty looking at things from another perspective or another's point of view. The third stage is concrete operational. In this stage, from around 7 to 11 years, this stage lasts from around 7 to 11 years. In this stage, children can think logically about concrete events and can perform mathematical operations as well as grasp concrete analogies. In this stage, children begin forming a theory of mind. This means that a child has the ability to take into account another person's perspectives, feelings, and thoughts. In this stage, a child also fully understands and grasps conservation. This means that children now know that properties such as mass, volume, and number remain the same despite changes in the forms of objects. The last stage is formal operational. This stage is from about 12 years of age to adulthood. In this stage, one can reason abstractly. In this stage, children gain abstract logic and gain the potential for more mature moral reasoning. Thinking becomes fully within their grasp at this stage. Some more concepts within Piaget's theory include schemas, assimilations, and accommodations. These are his 3 core concepts. A schema is the organization of past experiences. Schemas provide a framework for understanding future experiences. Assimilation and accommodation are built off of schemas. Assimilation is interpreting new experiences in terms of existing mental structures without changing them. For example, a child might see a butterfly and think of it like an airplane and put them in the same schema. Accommodation, contrastingly, is changing existing mental structures to explain new experiences. This would mean putting the butterfly in a schema with other butterflies and putting an airplane in a schema of airplanes or other aircrafts. Those are essentially all of the concepts in Piaget's theory. In this video, you will see us testing conservation, animism, and hierarchical classification. Conservation is simply the principle, which Piaget believed to be a part of concrete operational reasoning, that properties such as mass, volume, and number remain the same despite changes in the forms of objects. Children gain knowledge of conservation during the concrete operational stage. Animism is a principle that children can give soul or living qualities to non-living objects such as cars, dolls, toys, etc. This way of thinking or believing that inanimate objects have lifelike qualities is, according to Piaget, part of the pre-operational stage of development. Hierarchical classification, a method of grouping in which terms are arranged from general to specific. The structure is initially arranged in broad groups that are then successfully subdivided into narrower groups. Now, let's get started.
Hey Sebastian, my name is Justina. We're going to play a game. Are you excited?
Yes!
Okay, so is this liquid have more or does this one? Or are they the same?
The same.
Okay, now I'm going to pour one of them into a bowl.
So like the other one.
It's okay. And then, so now, does this liquid have more or does this one or are they the same?
This one has more.
Oh, okay, great job. Now we're gonna play another game with my friend Charmaine.
Hi Sebastian, I'm Charmaine, and we're going to play a really fun game today. Are you excited?
Yes!
Alright, cool. So, this is a guy. I dropped the guy. How do you think he feels?
Sad.
Does he really feel sad?
Actually, hurt.
Hurt, okay, good. Does he really feel hurt though?
Kind of.
Does he feel hurt in the way that you and I would feel hurt?
Yes.
Okay, so, good job. So this is his friend, Pikachu. So what if he was being really, really mean to him? How would he feel?
Sad.
Sad?
Or angry.
Sad or angry? Why?
Because he's doing something mean to him.
Would he feel sad in the way that you and I would feel sad?
No.
No?
I would be angry and go home.
Okay. So,
And then not be his friend anymore.
yeah. Alright, so what if he gave him a really awesome present? How would he feel then?
Very, very, very happy.
Yeah? Thanks.
Hi Sebastian, my name is Bushra and I have a really fun game for you with M&Ms and Starburst. Are you ready to play?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. So, are there more M&Ms, more Starburst, or are they the same?
The same.
Okay. How about now? Are there more M&Ms? Are there more Starburst, or are they the same?
The same.
Why are they the same?
But the only thing you done was separate, but there's still more. They're still the same.
Really? How much of each are there?
5.
Good job! High five!
Yeah.
Okay, so good job. All of these games were for our AP Psychology project, and it was testing different developmental theories. So thank you. Now you get to eat the candy. Yeah!
As a 6-year-old, Sebastian is exactly where he should be according to Piaget's developmental stages. All the tests that were performed addressed phenomenons in the pre-operational stage of development: conservation, animism, and hierarchical classification. The pre-operational stage is from 2 through 7 years old, so Sebastian will be done in a year. In terms of conservation, Sebastian performed as expected based on the pre-operational stage he is in. Sebastian has what's known as irreversibility. He was unable to mentally replay the action of pouring the juice from the first glass into the new, different shaped glass, and he therefore did not grasp that the final 2 glasses did indeed contain the same amount of liquid. In terms of animism, Sebastian performed as expected. Children in the pre-operational stage of Piaget's developmental stages display animism, or the belief that non-human objects have soul. Sebastian said in all 3 situations that the inanimate object would experience human emotions. In terms of hierarchical classification, Sebastian, surprisingly, did not perform as expected. Normally, a 6-year-old child who's in the pre-operational stage of development would not be able to grasp this phenomenon yet. However, Sebastian was able to successfully deduce that even though the M&Ms were more spread out, there were still an equal number of M&Ms and starbursts. This indicated some sort of presence of concrete logic, something that usually appears in the next stages of Piaget's developmental theory. In conclusion, Sebastian performed as expected during these trials, aside from the hierarchical classification test, in which he exceeded ours and Piaget's expectations/norms. He still displays animism and has not yet grasped the idea of conservation as expected based on the norms of the pre-operational stage, yet he does understand the concept of hierarchical classification, which is early for his point in time.